And we are recording. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Decon, and here we have the what? Why are you already squinting your eyes? I haven't said anything.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Here we have the porcelain dolled face.
Yes. Ashley Oracle. I like that.
You have spaghetti arms. Anyway, so
Wow. I'm never wearing a tank top
so
on this show again.
so today's episode is brought So today's episode is brought to you by Loot by Lottie. You guys go on ahead, get yourself a witch box. If those of you are thinking, I don't know, should I get into this? Should I not get into this? Just go ahead and order a box and look at all the stuff that's in there. And I'm pretty sure that you will immediately become hooked. It's got all the cool shit. You want to impress your friends that are tarot readers, well, let them know that you also have everything from boards to cloths to help you with your tarot reading. So go ahead. Yeah, it's pretty cool shit.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
Loot by Lottie, use the promo code Nightmare and get 15% off any order above 30 bucks. But don't cheap out. Get the most expensive shit. Get the big box. You will not regret it. So, are you frozen? Oh, okay,
No,
you're back.
I was
You're
laughing.
you were frozen for a second. Anyway, so also brought
Oh,
to
I'm
you
sorry.
by
It happens.
Groceries and Ghosts, a Shadow Nation podcast. The one, the only Sean Burris, the man who has been everywhere and has done everything, even did the very first underwater investigation. For those of you that think that that one guy did it first, no, it's horseshit. Sean Burris beat him by 2 years. So there's that. I think they watched the show and they're like, you know what? Let's do this. So anyway,
That's
Sean
cocky.
Burris, Shadow Nation podcast. Check him out on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Head on over to shadownationpodcast.com. What else? Oh, Static Voices. You have Paranormal Nate with his Paranormal Unveiled. He has all kinds of cool shit. Check out the show. It's actually a really good show. I was on there. Check out that episode. It's fucking horrible because I do voices on it and I was ridiculous.
It's
But
actually
go
kind of
ahead.
funny.
Yeah, so go ahead and check that out.
Do it.
Also, he has a book out there. It's called Downloading the Paranormal for All Your Erotic Needs. No, it's a long name. So, but go ahead and check it out. It's a good read. It's a good listen. So,
It's
just
on
go ahead.
Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Check it out. Pretty soon there's going to be an audio book of it, and I'm going to narrate it. So I'm going to be talking to you guys as I'm going over the equipment. So there's that. Is that it? Oh, let's give a. Do we have a couple shout outs to give?
Do we? Oh, I'm out of the
Uh,
loop. Do we?
I think so.
What am
We
I
have a
missing? Oh, shit.
no, we have a couple friends that have their own podcast. So if you guys want to go check them out,
Oh,
uh, yeah. What is wrong with you? Let's see.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're. I don't even know what the hell to even
I'm a
call
dick.
you. Yeah,
It's fine.
a, a dick.
I've
So
accepted myself as I am.
go ahead and check out the Render the Dark podcast on YouTube. They just had an episode. It's called Haunted Places in Narlands. So go ahead and check that out. We actually it's a really good show. I like it. The
They're pretty good.
intro's awesome. They're nice people, so I enjoy it. Also the Dreamscape Chronicles. Check those guys out. They're on. You could check them out on YouTube. You could check them out on Spotify. That's where I listen to. They just had one where they were talking about vampires and all that kind of stuff. It's a really good
Hmm.
listen. So check them out. Like and
I believe
subscribe.
we're following each other on TikTok too.
Yeah, so just go ahead and check them out. So
I believe.
Dreamscape Chronicles, Render the Dark podcast. So that's it. So
Good
today's
job.
episode. Thanks. Wow.
No
Thanks.
problem.
Oh, thanks. I think I'm gonna keep you.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah, no, I was gonna get rid of you. I was gonna replace you with a robot
Bro,
that speaks in a male British voice, but it's a female. Anyways, okay.
I mean,
So
that's tough competition. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it's also waterproof. So
I'm not waterproof.
all right. So today's episode is on what?
The 27 Club, and I was so stoked when you said you wanted to do this one.
Yeah. So the 27 Club. It really came
So
to
good.
people. It came to people's attention with Robert Johnson, the blues musician,
Hmm.
and his story is actually really interesting. So one of the stories is that he was a fan of music. You know, he had a woman that he was trying to, romance. So he wanted to, play the blues. So he went over there and started strumming his guitar, and he fucking sucked. He just
Mm, he was horrible.
went up on went up on stage in front of a crowd and
So bad.
yeah, just went up there and just sucked a dick. So yeah, so this guy was born in May 8th, 1911, I believe. Yep, 1911. So a
Yeah.
blues musician, and he was ready to give it up. His girlfriend or then wife, he married her. I think he was 18 and she was 16. So why don't you take a seat there? Um, and
That was
interrogate you.
normal back then, though.
It's still illegal. Doesn't make it right.
Not back then.
But it was.
Was it back then in
Yep.
1911?
Yes.
No. What?
Yeah. Age of consent laws were established in 1880. So there you go.
1880. Oh, interesting. I thought it was later than that.
Nope. But in places like the
Hmm.
South, all
Oh,
you needed
wow.
was somebody to say, I want to get married. Boom, somebody will marry you, and then your husband and wife. Not according to the federal government, but in this your little area. So yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it is the South. So anyway, was shitty. Everybody laughed at him, was booed off stage, got his
Poor
woman,
guy.
got pregnant. She got pregnant. So then he ends up leaving, right? He leaves. People haven't
He
seen
didn't
him in.
even leave for that long either. Wasn't it like a month?
I think it was a year actually. I
Was
think
it
it
a
was.
year?
I think it was a year. So he ended up
Which is
leaving.
still not very long.
It's not. I mean, you can't work on a craft and then. So he was out there,
No.
right? I got to get the mic nice and close. So he was out there one day. See, and this is I don't remember if okay, so his woman died and so did his childbirth. And
Hmm.
I don't know if this was before or after the crossroads. It was after, right?
It was shoot. I just
So
watched it, but something about it stayed
so
too.
so he was walking
I have a horrible
down this
memory.
down this crossroads and he found a man who was very well dressed. And the man says, "You want to play blues?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's my dream." And he says, "I can help
Oh
you
yeah.
out. I can help you out there, brother. Let me, because they're in the South, right? And there's blues, so let me help you out there, bro."
You have
Apparently,
a terrible Southern accent.
actually, no, I don't. So I'm trying to find my voice, but I'm gonna say it was Dusty Rhodes that went ahead and did it. So Dusty Rhodes is like, "Come here, Daddy. Let me help you with blues music. So give me that guitar there. Hand it to me there. Hand it to me there, baby." So he hands him the guitar, right?
Wow.
And he says the
Hmm.
guitar, and he starts playing music, and it just starts strumming, right? "Here you go, there, Daddy. Here's your guitar back. So remember, I'll come visit you real soon. So don't you get comfortable. Don't you get comfortable, baby." So the man disappears, and all of a sudden, he begins to strum his guitar. Drum, drum, dum, 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 drum, drum, dum, 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 drum, drum,
And he's
dum,
all of a
dum, dum.
sudden amazing.
All of a sudden, amazing. So he goes
Sold
and he
his
starts
soul to the
playing,
devil.
starts playing, starts playing these songs, and people are like, "Isn't this the guy that was here like not too long
And
ago?"
he
And we
just suck ass.
Yeah, then she just fucking went up there and we like threw bottles of piss at him. I didn't even have to piss, but I forced myself to piss just so that I could throw it at him. So he's over there, he's playing the blues and he's flipping the guitar over and he's
So good.
and
Hmm.
down the crossroads. Dum, 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 dum. Then I met a man. Dum, dum, dum 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 dum. He came and made me a deal on the old crossroad. Dum, dum. And people are like, holy shit, this guy, he can really play. Like, was this the same guy? And then some people started saying that, what? Are you done? So he's playing this music, and some people in the
Oh
background,
my god.
are saying that they can see a shadow that wasn't his moving around, like behind him. And they say that his fingers became elongated as he's playing, very inhuman. So he's just playing, right?
Yeah, it was Decon.
Yeah, man on the ground, bro. So he's playing this music, and people are like, holy shit, how
Oh
the
my
hell?
god.
And he had people that have been playing guitar for years, right? And they're like, how did you get this good? How do you do, they're fucking amazed. And this guy begins to,
Yeah.
play this amazing music. All of a sudden he starts getting hired everywhere. He's going, and he's getting hired. Everybody wants
He's
all of us,
amazing.
because he's great. All of a sudden, his I think it was actually after, so I'm gonna, just for the sake of the story. So he was over there moving from gig to gig. Finally, he has enough money to get his woman into a nice house with his baby. She's pregnant, and he's like, I finally got enough money. I finally make enough things to actually go. So I'm going to go play a gig, and then I'm going to go get her. And then when she has a baby, she can have a baby in this house, this really nice house. So he goes.
Aww.
She dies in childbirth and takes, the baby. And
Poor
then,
guy.
according to the story, he can hear the faint voice of, I told you I was going to come back for you. So he hears the voice, and then he starts to, become a drinker, starts drinking. He wasn't a drinker before, starts drinking heavily, but he's still playing his music. Dun, 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 dun. I lost everything that I'm making out. And he's playing this music, right? And what do you take from a man that's got nothing? So he has.
We're gonna get you a record deal this episode.
So he begins to lose things, and then he begins to hit on a woman that from the owner of this bar, and he's playing his music,
What
right? And he's playing. Well, he's got nothing at this point, right? So he's playing his music, and he's flirting with this woman. And then this man comes and offers him, the husband of this woman offers him a drink. Here's a bottle. Go crazy. And his friend comes up and he's like, hey, don't drink that shit. Like, why would you drink something from somebody? Number one, you're hitting on his woman and he saw you. And he didn't say anything to you. He just stared at you. And you're going to drink something that he hands you? It's no issue, right? So he goes and he starts drinking. I said, the moment he starts drinking, look, he starts drinking. And he begins to have pains in his stomach. That night, he falls sick. 3 days later, he's dead on his 27th birthday.
At the age of 27.
At the age of 27. So that's what
starts the 27 Club.
Yeah, so starts the 27 Club. So 27th Club, a lot of people have a lot of theories on what it is. It's people that, they may have a little bit of talent, maybe have no talent, and then at some point they're like, fuck, I'm so desperate, that I am willing to sell my soul for some recognition or for some talent.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they meet a man. How you doing there, baby? What do you want? What do you want? You want talent? You want fame, baby? Let me tell you something, daddy. I can get you anything you want.
Guy came up to me talking like that, I would probably slap him, say, get the fuck away from me, and walk away.
Not if he's Dusty Rhodes.
If he had a voice like that,
this is the best voice for anything.
Okay.
Like, you can do anything. So Dusty Rhodes was a wrestler from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. And I don't know if you follow wrestling at all, but Cody Rhodes is his son right now. Cody Rhodes, he's really good. He's really one of my favorite wrestlers right now. So anyway, so Dusty Rhodes, his dad, was the brother of Soul, and he's the only man in the world that can call another man daddy and not be gay, because just the way he talks. Like when he would get the microphone, he's like, "Let me tell you something, daddy. When I get in that ring, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring the heat, and we're gonna get funky like a monkey, daddy." You know. And so yeah. So anyway, so when I think a sly Southern demon that's gonna make a deal with you, I always think Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. You want something, daddy? I can get it for you. All you need to
Oh
do.
God.
So anyway,
Anyway,
so we have Robert Johnson. We just covered him. Who do you have on your list?
the obvious ones, the four that I guess got people talking about the 27 Club. Because did you know that there's like 65 people on the list?
There's a lot of people. I don't know it was that many.
Yeah,
What if?
yeah,
Why?
I looked it up today. There's 65.
What if? What if there was only 27? That would have
Okay,
been.
that would be weird.
Yeah, it's
It
only
just
27.
stops abruptly
It just
at
stops,
27.
just gets cut off because Dusty Rhodes had to retire. I'm tired, Daddy. I gotta go to bed. No, so it's just
No,
so
but
good.
like Joplin, Janis Joplin, Jim
Oh,
Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Brian Jones, all of them. I think it was within they died all passed within 4 years of each other. And someone did like the odds of that happening. 1 in 100,000.
that is crazy. Janis Joplin. Holy shit. I really enjoy her
She's
music.
a legend.
Yo, out on the street,
Her
and you're
story's
looking so good.
sad though.
What, her story?
Yeah, because like from the time she was little, all throughout high school, she was always ridiculed for her weight. And honestly, you look at the woman, she's like, really? Come on. She was
Yeah.
not a big girl in any way, shape, or form. She was average.
She's got some meat on it. I like it.
I thought she was stunning.
So yeah, Janis Joplin. I mean, shit. There's a lot of stories about her that I enjoy. I think it was it Jim Morrison that had a story about how he went and he was hitting on her and she smashed a bottle of whiskey over his head, and then
That was her drink.
after she smashed that bottle over his head, he was like, "Now I'm really in love with that woman." After he was like all cut up, his head was all busted, you know. So
That would be Jim Morrison though. But like she was the epitome of rock and roll. She was such a badass.
take another piece of my heart, oh, baby.
Hell yes. She just had a lot of demons, I would say.
Yeah. What was
And yeah, she's just bad.
I like what is one of your favorite songs of hers? I have a couple. But to me, me and Bobby McGee's a good one.
That's a great one. That would be one of my favorites.
Flattened out in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, feeling as faded as my jeans.
I swear
Bobby
to God, we're
flag
getting
your
you a
piece of
record
down
deal this
just
episode.
before it rained. It drove us all the way to New Orleans.
Oh
Anyway,
God.
yeah,
Anyways,
you know, she has a line in that song which always stuck with me because this is a woman that was in pain over a man, you know, and she had
well,
this
yeah,
line.
her fiance broke it off. What, a week before
It's
their wedding? Sometime during their engagement, he broke it off.
yeah, she had this famous line in that always stuck with me, and it says, it says, "And I'll give all my tomorrows for a single yesterday." You know,
She was amazing.
she like isn't that like such a good line? You know, like she'll give away every single tomorrow just for one yesterday. I'm like, damn, that's a deep line.
It is.
That song is so good that Johnny Cash covered it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and the way
He
he did
did.
it, yeah, the way he did it was anyway. So we're back to the
Anyways, back to
27.
her though. So do you, when it comes to Janis Joplin, do you think she overdosed, like some people say? Or do you think this was the story that I've heard that I lean towards? Her heel got caught in that shag carpet. She hit her face on that nightstand and died.
I think that, and this is my, after analyzing everything, she comes from from a gig. She was doing the old Kurt Cobain, just drinking the cough medicine, to get fucked up,
Shooting heroin.
or shooting the hair. I don't know. Did she do heroin? Was that her?
Yes, she did.
That was her. I thought it. Why did I think it was?
I think when they found her, she had like, I don't know, she had so many marks on her
Yeah.
from
Okay.
drugs.
But I thought she had a cocktail. I thought it was like pills and all kinds of shit. Well, it could have been. I
I
don't
think she did that too.
know. So I think that, she came home from a gig, she the usual sweaty as fuck, probably the heroin, super sweaty. And then she sits there and she's about to shoot up. And as she shoots up, she looks over and, it's time to pay the piper, woman. I'm back, and I told you I was gonna be back, and then here I am. So come on down and finish everything that's in that needle there, baby, and give me what I
Gross.
want.
Ugh.
Yeah, just give me what I want, because time's up, daddy, and the clock is ticking, tick tock, and your clock just ran out of it. Just ran out of time, just like you did. Hickory dickory dot.
So terrible.
Hickory dickory dot. The Klaus will never
Oh
go back up
man.
there. Anyway, so yeah, and then she died. 27, you know. And
At 27.
could you imagine if he was wearing a watch and he says, "Time's up, baby," and he like goes like this, and it's like a 27, on there,
Oh, that's
or if
kind of
it
fucked up.
and it has her birthday, and he just takes her, just finish whatever. I can take you kicking and screaming there, daddy, or I can just let you finish your cocktail, and let you go your way. But I'll sit here and I'll watch, baby.
Ugh.
So yeah, so damn, that was such a dark one, because a lot of people expected it but didn't expect to happen that soon. You know,
Another dark one is Mr. Jim Morrison. Damn it.
Jim. Yeah, so Jim Morrison, that's
Oh,
another guy. What's interesting about him is that he had a genius level IQ, you know,
mm-hmm.
and
He did. He was, oh my gosh. Well, and what's really interesting about him is, let's see, I can't remember what age, but him and his parents had come across a car accident when he was little. And
hmm,
one of the it was a group of Native Americans, and one of the Native Americans had passed on, and he swears up and down from that day till the day he died that this Indian, his soul passed on into his, and he was like the, I guess, oh my
like,
God, why can't reincarnated version.
is that why he developed a drinking problem?
Oh my God, I hope not. God, Jesus Christ.
But that was another guy. That guy, that actually
He,
surprised me. That actually surprised me, because as a because everybody always talked about like how smart he was.
he was
He was hitting on
when he
Janis
wasn't on
Joplin.
drugs.
Yeah, he was a super smart dude. But people were saying that he was, sobering up. That
He wanted to because Pam was pregnant.
so he's like, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna do,
Mhm.
and he, damn, people are strange when you're
I
strange.
believe he was sober for a little bit, and then just one day he decided, oh, I'm gonna do some heroin. And he took the same dose that he would have taken before, but obviously his tolerance had built up. And one of the stories is that he did it at a club. The club owners
That
came across him and Pam, and they carried him back to
that's
his
the
room's bathtub.
that's the story I heard.
Which
I
is
heard that,
so fucked.
but this is what okay. So I heard a story that he had nodded off, and
Mm-hmm.
they came to get him, and they came to put him somewhere else, and they put him in a bathtub, which is another thing where there's a conspiracy when it comes to, you know, either these dark forces out there where the bathtub is symbolic,
Mm-hmm.
so that they
Well, and some people were even trying to say, they were trying to bring up, have you heard the white lighter theory?
yeah yeah yeah
Yeah,
I've
people were trying to say it was the white lighter theory, but here's the thing, Bic didn't make white lighters until like, I think it was probably 80s, late 70s.
what what was it? Was it Bic that made that lighter, or was it a? Because I've heard a couple things too when it comes to the lighter. Some people are saying that he had a lighter that was made out of porcelain, that was one of those like novelty ones. But I don't.
Um, from the groups of people that I have hung out with in the past, yes, it was Bic.
It was
Because it is a very notable story in the marijuana industry crew.
that they talk about Jim Moore.
And yeah, in my 20s, I remember everybody was very paranoid. Actually, most smokers I know are paranoid about having a white lighter because of the white lighter theory. Like a lot of people said, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, I think Janis Joplin, um, Kurt Cobain, they all said that they were found with white lighters, but they actually have a picture of Kurt Cobain's lighter, and neither of his lighters were found in his pocket, and both of them were like multicolored.
So with the
White
circle that
lighters
you
weren't common.
Can you imagine if you have this crossroad demon just appearing to the people you hung out with? This like, your time is up. You got a white lighter. You may be 27, Daddy, but you got no talent, so I got nothing here to take. So you can go back and go work back in your Burger King there, Daddy. You know,
I remember I was at what con? I think was it the Hawthorne Heights concert? I think it was the Hawthorne Heights concert I went to. We were hanging out with the band Tickle Me Pink, and one of the band members was handed a white lighter by some other person that was there. I don't know who they were. And they literally took that lighter and they threw it.
they threw it.
Yeah. The white lighter theory, yeah, people are paranoid about that.
The white lighter, so ridiculous. And
Yep,
it's like,
don't buy a white. I still don't buy white lighters. If I have to go buy a lighter for like my candles or something, I will not buy a white one. And if they hand me a white one, I say, give me something else. I'm
I
nope.
I buy nothing but white lighters. Every
You're
lighter
gonna
that
have bad luck.
no, I'm not, because I have no talent. So Dusty
Oh,
Rhodes
yeah, I have
wouldn't.
one right here, sea blue.
So Dusty Rhodes would never come for me. And plus I am 10 years late. So
Well,
I was supposed to get you 10 years
yeah,
ago, Daddy, but I was too busy. I went to
I'm about 7 years late, so sorry.
I went to go look at these stoners, Daddy, and I was sifting through them,
We're
but
old.
none of them. Yeah, we're old. Anyways,
God, we're old.
yeah. So that's another one is Jim Morrison, so dark.
He
He was
should
an
have
ex
died sooner. I'm sorry. He should have died sooner.
Jim Morrison should have died sooner?
Yes, with all
What?
of the drugs that that man was putting into his system at one time, he should have died a long before he did. Probably should have died at like 21.
It's the Indian ghost that was that was making
Like,
a
probably.
he was shooting up for both. Um
That man, they said that he did acid every single day for like 2 months straight.
that is crazy. That
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 is
kills
insane.
that kills so many brain cells. Like, how the hell?
Ex-
Jeez Louise.
How did he survive as long as he did? And
Maybe he
Hendrix too. Hendrix was just as bad.
Yeah, so Jimi Hendrix, that was another one. He was so did you
King of
hear
guitar.
did you hear that the rumor that he would like slice open his forehead and then put like dip his bandana in acid.
What?
You've never heard that?
No.
That he was like playing music in another dimension, and then he'd go home and just beat the fuck out of his girlfriend. Um,
Well, he was the king. He still is the king of playing guitar. Nobody
I
can play like Hendrix.
what? Shut up! I know who's better than him.
Who?
Santana.
No, he still can't play like
Really?
Hendrix did.
And Santana.
Compare, take Hendrix and just take the guitar in one of his songs. Take everything else out, just the guitar. Do the same thing with Santana and tell me.
Santana is so much better.
I'll argue with you all day, but let's move on. We'll argue
Sa-
later.
you know what Santana could do that Jimi Hendrix could not?
Live past 27.
Live past. No, not just that, but he would play multiple guitars at once. Also, he played guitar and bass at the same time.
Hendrix is still number one. I'm sorry.
And like as he's going, you know how Jimi Hendrix had his bass player, that was
Yeah.
always like there to catch him. Well, Santana was his own bass player. All he would do was flip his guitar over and pull out his bass guitar and start playing that. And
It's
then
just like people trying to say that Ozzy Osbourne passed the Prince of Darkness torch on to Youngblood. No,
I-
there is only one Prince of Darkness, and that is Ozzy Osbourne. There is
I
only
will s-
one king of guitar, that is Hendrix.
I will say this about Ozzy Osbourne, okay? I think he was very overrated.
We're gonna argue now. We are gonna fight
I-
after this show. We
I
are
think
straight up gonna fight.
I think he only had one good song, and that's
I'm looking for a new co-host.
and that's like good luck with that. I'll boot you off this channel. So so with people are still to this day trying to figure out like what exactly he said in certain songs. There's even a theory out there that ever since I heard this, well, it's not a theory, but ever since I heard somebody say this, I can no longer unhear it, and that's it. And it goes, some say pizza goes with broccoli, because they don't know what the hell he's saying. So I can't unhear it now. You know who was really good was his guitarist for Black Sabbath. That guitarist was a motherfucker.
Yeah. We haven't even really talked about Brian Jones from the Stones.
That's my favorite band, the Rolling Stones.
Why haven't we talked about him yet?
I don't know.
Well, we gotta talk about that one. That one's wild because he technically quit the Stones before he passed. Just saying.
Mick Jagger was like, "You don't quit the Stones quit you," and then he just kills him.
Oh.
Who else?
I love the Stones. They're still touring to this day.
Oh, have you heard a theory that Jimi Hendrix's manager also like murdered his girlfriend, one of his girlfriends?
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's crazy that is. And then the conspiracy goes darker. They even say that he killed her out of this. Okay, this is what I love about conspiracy theories, because some of them are so cool. I just hope they're true. So
I hope they're true.
Well, because it's so cool. Otherwise, you just look like an idiot.
There's some going around right now that I hope are true too. We'll discuss that later.
So you have the conspiracy that Jimi Hendrix's manager killed his girlfriend as like an offering to whatever, probably offering to Dusty Rhodes, just like, don't take him yet because he's almost 27. I'll give you this instead. Didn't work, obviously. That's a theory. That's a theory that tell me that's not cool. His manager's over there.
Okay. I would have to say one of my favorite theories is this. Okay, just because I'm an astrology freak. It's fine. The Saturn return theory.
Saturnalia?
Sure. But have you heard that theory about it yet?
Yeah. That there's so Saturnalia is like Saturn worship, and that there's these cults back in the day Okay, you tell me your
No, but go
okay.
on.
So people that worshipped Saturn back in the day worshipped an entity, for Saturn, and he demanded blood, like a blood sacrifice. So then when you get that Saturn energy, in order for it to, because supposedly the magic is the highest when you worship, under Saturnalia and the worship of Saturn, that they want them to keep coming back to make their magic stronger. So it requires blood. So they believe that everybody that, through everybody that in history that, had magic or utilized sorcery of any kind, it says in the end, what it demanded was blood. And that's like a part of Saturn worship, just like you have the ancient Celts, you had the Pinks, you had the Aztecs, you had Mayans, you had all these different
Yeah,
civilizations.
so much darker than me.
Um, so that they all demanded blood, and that's like a form of Saturn worship. So
Jesus.
okay, you tell me yours then. I told you.
Ready for my less dark theory? Okay, so in astrology, there is something called your Saturn return. Okay,
Okay.
so this happens for every single person, whether you believe it or not. It does, because if you think back to these ages, I guarantee you will find something. So it's the
Hmm.
period between the age of 27 and 30. And that is what they call your Saturn return. It's when Saturn returns to the position that it held at the time of your birth.
Okay.
Okay, so they're considering this crucial when it comes to this 27 club, because a lot of artists during this time period of their 27 to 30, they were doing high risk lifestyles. They were drug and alcohol abuse, Jim Morrison, sex addict. They were doing all those sorts of things. So it makes you very vulnerable during your Saturn return. So Jim Morrison, he was a Sagittarian with an Aquarius ascendant and a Mars conjunct with Uranus in his birth chart. So that combination, calm down. So that combination suggests that he is going to have a rebellious personality, attraction to danger, compulsion to push boundaries, to take risks. And what
Hmm.
did Jim Morrison do in his lifetime?
A lot of drugs.
Exactly. And it aligns with him calling himself the Lizard King,
You know what's
which is
funny?
so freaking wild.
They've also attributed the name the Lizard King to that's I don't know if can we say that adrenal, and then I'm not gonna finish it, but you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so that they attributed to that. So anyway, who we
Well,
have
and
next
what's
on the list?
also crazy, Amy Winehouse. We haven't talked about her.
Amy Winehouse. Damn, that's another one. I
I
think she was.
respect her.
I think she was very talented. You know.
I loved her voice because she had that old 50s type sound, is what I compare her voice to. Like when you listen to those
No,
old
no,
50s songs, you can
no,
hear it.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
she was amazing. But I mean, she was also a tweaker too.
Yeah, well, I mean, she fucking everywhere. Like when she took pictures, like towards the end, she always looked like an Iron Maiden poster. Like it didn't.
Well, and she would even say that she knew she was gonna die early, and she would say, I like doing drugs, so fuck y'all.
Yeah. So what's crazy about her is that she didn't die of an overdose. She died. Do you remember what she died from?
Fuck.
Getting
It
sober.
wasn't an overdose.
It
Yeah,
wa- it was she died
it
from
was.
alcohol withdrawal. So she quit cold
Yeah.
turkey, and you can't do that when you're an alcoholic. You can't
No,
just quit.
you can't do that when you do drugs, period.
So with her, with
If you're
alcohol,
heavy into it like those artists are, you can't quit cold turkey.
well, I mean, you'll get the sweats, you'll kind of roll around, you'll get like seizure and all kinds of shit. But if you quit alcohol, you die immediately.
You, yeah, you will die.
So, so she ended up, like
Speaking of,
trying to. Would you imagine if she tried to, if she tried to get, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna get better in life. I'm just gonna live a healthy life.
oh,
I'm gonna put on some weight, and I'm gonna do this. And then all of a sudden, tick tock, daddy, it's
she
time.
would have been a powerhouse though if she would have lived longer.
The clock is ticking there, daddy, and your time is up. The alarm clock is on, so the man of the hour has arrived. So go on ahead and stop your drinking, because I'm gonna collect, baby. You know, them vampire teeth. Anyway, so shit, she did have some weird
Oh
fucking teeth.
man.
Anyway, so it's just so another one is so bizarre. She was really good. So all these people, they hit a
Mhm.
peak to where they had their highest, when it came to talent, and people are like, damn, I wonder what they're gonna do next. And what they did next was they died.
Right?
They died. You know.
Yeah.
So next one,
Damn
Kurt
it.
Cobain.
Oh, that beautiful man.
Yeah,
That
that
poor guy.
that
Anyways,
I
I
really
didn't
enjoy.
cry.
I really enjoy. There's a picture out there when you get of Kurt Cobain, like before he killed himself. Was
Hmm.
he's There's a little girl, and he's presenting her with a cat, like a little kitten, and it's like, damn, like to think the very next day, and then there's theories about that too. He was a guy that
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. Did you know that when he sings, you know how he gets that twang sometimes in his voice? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
As you are, as you were, as I wanted you to be. He does that.
Yes.
Yeah, he does that, but so that comes from when he was younger, and he was trying to get more experience to be like in a band, to play music. He actually played in a band that did a lot of country music, and the band that he was first in was called the Sellouts. You know, and
Hmm.
they would play like in country music bars. So there's where he developed this twang, was from listening to these country bands play country music. And that's why he picked that up.
Yeah.
He had that little twang in his voice. He picked it up from listening to country music. So anyway, also he spent time in Idaho. There's where he there's where he
Go Idaho.
there's where he played these country gigs. Anyway, so this was a guy that
Idaho is so underrated.
Idaho, it is. They're potatoes. And by the way, I am the potato champ, baby. So
No.
what?
Oh.
I am.
No.
I am the champion of Idaho.
No, that would be me.
No, you're not.
I was born and raised here.
You look like
You
you've
can't
n-
beat that.
you look like you've never eaten a potato in your life. um. So
I'm just very blessed. I'm sorry.
eat a
Blame my
potato.
father. I do eat potatoes. I
So
had hash browns for breakfast. Thank you very much.
um. Anyway, man, should I do like a cooking segment, and I should do like segments where I'm cooking a meal and just record myself? Like, this is how you make. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool?
I just got an idea. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay. Um. So Kurt Cobain, another guy, with his death was really fucking odd, because he started to kind of. Some people are like, you know what? He's beginning to get his shit together. I don't think that
He
he's.
was wanting to.
And then they found him, all over the wall. So it was such a bizarre thing. There's a whole conspiracy behind it. I mean, with Courtney
Hmm.
Love, that one was weird.
Yeah.
That whole thing was weird
She's,
because
I don't know if I'm on the fence with Courtney Love.
she collected a strand of his hair and plucked it off the wall. And you didn't know that?
Is she a witch?
Is she? I don't know. She's definitely a bitch. Anyway,
That's the only reason I can think of that someone would collect hair.
so maybe I don't know. But also they had
Creepy.
cat. Cat just jumped over the computer here. So they with him, he was a guy that he was able to, he performed so well because when you go to a concert and you go listen to your favorite artist and then you listen to them in
Mhm.
person and you're like, wow, this is pretty shitty. Like this is pretty
Yeah,
bad. You know,
freaking
y-
worst.
yeah, it sucks. I mean,
So disappointing.
and Kurt Cobain had a series called MTV Unplugged where he was out there and he was just playing,
Hmm.
for live, and he sounded even better, I think, live than he did, in the
Oh,
studio.
hell yeah.
And one thing that did bother me is that his band was really supportive, but almost too supportive. Like it sounded so weird to me because there's a part where he was like, and he had this way of talking. He was like, "Should I play this song by myself?" And his band's like, "Yeah, do it by yourself. Yeah, do it by yourself. Yeah, do it." You know, it just sounds so weird. Yeah, do it by yourself. Here we
You
go.
want to hear something really interesting that him and Jimi Hendrix have in common?
Um, they both like dirty women.
Well, besides that,
They they were both treated for a severe case of syphilis.
more than likely. But
No,
do,
that's a
do
fact.
you believe in numerology?
Do I believe in numerology?
To a
Um,
point.
hold on. Let me see what my lawyer has to say. I don't recall.
Okay, well, something interesting with Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain that I actually just found out about yesterday is that they both shared the life path number 9, which it's kind of crazy when you both look at them and both look at them like outside of the music and who they were as people, besides the drugs and shit. But the number 9 relates to humanitarianism, wisdom, broad consciousness, but they will struggle with endings, release, and intense dramatic experiences.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and they both shared that, huh?
Uh-huh. They both shared that. And then it was Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and Brian Jones. Yeah, Brian Jones. They all shared number 1, which associates with leadership, independence, determination, but also gives them a me first attitude and struggle with authority.
Oh, okay. That
So look at all 3 of those artists
yeah, that makes
and it
sense.
all fits.
Oh,
And
that's
they
weird.
all die at 27. Isn't
Yeah,
that weird?
yeah. I never thought of that.
It's so crazy. When I was doing research on it, I was diving so deep, I actually had to stop or I was going to get in trouble at work.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna
I
get
was
a
like, shit,
phone.
I gotta get some work done.
Yeah, you got a phone call from Dusty Rhodes, like,
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
they'd be like, "Let me tell you something, Dad. You better focus on your work, or your time will be up in this company." So anyway, damn. We have anybody else?
Who else died at 27? Um, hmm, hold on, let's look. Those were my main ones. I know there's a lot of them.
So we have time
There's
for
got to be
one.
someone else.
We have time for one more. Such a
Let's see.
bizarre thing.
It really is. Because there's, I mean, if you think about it, most of these artists were doing drugs, and I feel like drugs, the drugs that they were doing, especially age you, like not just on outward appearance, but like your body on the inside, your organs, all of your
Yeah,
organs, they're not meant to take that shit.
yeah.
Your body's not meant for that.
Because when you look at Janis Joplin, I mean, she was, in her 20s, but she looked like she was in her 50s. She looked like
Yeah.
that wild
Oh,
aunt.
I didn't know this guy was a part of the 27 Club.
Who is it?
Ron McCurran, Pigpen from the Grateful Dead. He is the founding member of the Grateful Dead. I forgot about him.
And well, to be completely honest with you, the Grateful Dead, I think that I was expecting them
Shit.
to die at 27, 26, 25, 23. Like they also I
Yeah.
that's another that's another band that I think is super overrated. You gotta be because people that try to enjoy the Grateful Dead not on drugs, they don't get it. And they're like, this music fucking sucks. But
No, you
then
gotta do drugs to enjoy it.
but then when you do drugs and then you're like, oh, okay. But then again, I mean,
Um,
I see people that are crackheads and they're just like strumming on a tin can, like just playing sounds, and you get like a bunch of crackheads like dancing to it. So, with the
Fat Cat? Who the hell is that? Sorry, that's not someone I've ever heard of.
anyway, all
A
right.
lot
So,
of them are like people from, like, there's some guy from Europe and Big Star. Have you ever heard of them?
what is it?
Big Star? Chris
Mm,
Bell from Big Star died in a car accident.
Hmm. I no, I didn't.
Huh.
I never heard of that. He'd probably be like,
I haven't either. It's even in the Rolling Stones. But
uh,
it's crazy that you wanted to do this episode because they're actually doing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Saturday.
oh, okay,
Yeah, so good timing on your part.
yeah, oh,
Alan
okay,
Wilson.
oh, okay, oh shit, really?
He's one of them. It says cause of death was officially given as an accidental overdose. Of course.
Jeez, they're just as bad as wrestlers. Wrestlers, they
Oh,
tend to.
Dave Alexander from the Stooges.
Oh no, shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh,
Peter Ham from Badfinger. He was one of the bands that the Beatles signed to their label. That's interesting. Dean D. Boone from the Minutemen.
do, 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 do.
I don't know who that
Damn.
is.
Oh, that would have been so cool. So, do you remember Sid and Nancy?
No,
Huh?
no.
No. Sid Vicious died at the age of 21, not 27. So that'd have been cool. So Sid and
Well, and I
Nancy.
saw someone trying to say that Mac Miller was a part of the 27 Club, but he wasn't. He died at 26 and a half.
So okay, well, close enough. To
No, that's not close enough.
I think close enough.
Mac Miller's too special for that.
I gotta catch a train, Daddy. I gotta pick up somebody more important than Daddy. So I might as well just kill you now. Um,
I
so
love Mac Miller.
with Sid Vicious from the. You ever heard of the band the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, of course I have. Who do you think I am?
Well, Sid Vicious is their lead man.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
So
I'm
all right.
not
So
good with the names of the actual like group members. I just know the band.
I did it my way. Regrets, not a few. You know
I hope they're not watching.
what?
Your
Well,
record deal is officially gone.
Well, that's the way they sang. Also, he's dead, so there's that. Anyway, so he, was a heroin junkie, was very violent. He had this girlfriend named Nancy who was going with them everywhere, and she adored him. And then one day, he stabbed her to death, and then he overdosed on heroin. And there's
Awesome. What a story.
fuck, what the hell was that guy's name? There's a band out there. Um, is it Sugar Ray? Remember Sugar Ray?
He passed away too, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember when he
I'm
did, but
pretty sure he passed away.
there's a song that's like, "Come, come, my lady, cause you my butterfly."
Yes.
At some point in the song, he's like, "We could be like Sid and Nancy," and I was like, "Oh, no one wants to be like them." Like he murdered her. Like I don't know if you know that there's Sugar Ray, but he killed her. So,
Oh,
so
he probably wasn't the smartest person either. So
no.
rest in
Anyway,
peace.
rest in R.I.P.
I'm an
R.I.P.
asshole.
R.I.P. Sugar Ray.
But one thing all of these artists have in common, all of them did heroin at least one time. Pretty
Is
much.
okay. I was gonna say, like, I don't think that was around with Robert Johnson. Anyway,
No, not him, but like Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix,
it was
all
also
of those guys. It's when you do drugs like that, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to live very long
was gonna say it was probably
unless
also
you
the
get off of them and stay off.
yeah, that's the only way. So don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs, guys.
So that's it for
Stick
today's
to alcohol.
episode. Yeah, stick to alcohol. You should. So that's it,
Let me
guys.
finish my
Check out
wine.
TeePublic. You shouldn't be drinking. TeePublic.com.
Don't tell me what to do.
TeePublic. Go get yourself some merch. I might just do a 27 Club shirt. Anyway, so go get yourself all these great
Do it.
things. And yeah, that's it. And remember, guys, to always look both ways. Look both ways when you're crossing, or if you find yourselves on Nightmare Road.
I'm making that into a short case.